Garo he's a monster. But he's not a monster yet, but he's a monster. I'm gonna start this off now. One Punch Man chapter 82, All Out. What a fantastic chapter. Genuinely, I was like, the first time I read it, the review's a couple days late because I was away for a weekend, back now. I went in, like, I read it originally, I was like, oh, whatever, because I was kind of just skimming through it, just like, okay, new One Punch Man chapter, I'll review it when I get back. I read it again this morning. Honestly, an amazing chapter. To me, that is how a fighting scene should go. Like, genuinely, the first chapter was, like, the 81 was fine. This one was insane. Like, Murata really, like, it's like I say, like, every week he knocks out the park. He knocks out the atmosphere with this one. Genuinely, that good. The art was incredible. The fight scene was amazing. It was, and then that ending. So let's talk about it. I was speechless. I was like, how? It just kept getting better and better, and I loved it. It was truly a great chapter. Now, why is it a great chapter? This is the part where you listen to me talk. So, starts off where we ended off last week, with Garo being hit. He's down and out. He's not going to give up though, and it's basically a little bit after, not long, like a few minutes, and then he's still dodging the attacks. To be fair to him in the first place, the poison is escaping him. No, the poison's not escaping him. The poison's coursing through his veins, and, you know, everyone's making, like, it shouldn't be too much longer, we're just waiting for him to wrap up. But he can still move. Then we get this flashback of Garo as a kid. And basically these other kids are talking about a superhero show where, like, I think the hero's called Justice Man, and he basically fought Crab Devil. And he was like, wasn't it so cool how Crab Devil, like, when Crab Devil thought he was going to win, Justice Man and Mad Girl and Tiny Justice all came in and stopped him in instruments and defeated all the eggs. And in Garo's perspective, like, these characters' designs don't matter, but they're just kind of these black shadows. I had a word for it, put the word down below. And Garo makes the point of, as a kid, and we learned a lot about Garo just from this little flashback that we have. Of course we had it before, but it just makes it very clear on his perception of monsters, because obviously every monster we've pretty much come across so far, well, no, not pretty much, every monster we have come across has been vicious and brutal and mean, and they're just they're causing chaos because they can, or because they think their goal is just, and they're not afraid to kill everyone to do it. But Garo always sees the monsters in a different way. Crabman only did it because he wanted to protect the ocean and the crabs and the people that lived in there. And I just didn't want, and he was like, you know, I think he says, I think he was very brave, and if it wasn't for the 3-on-1, I think he would have won the fight. And then the kid's like, what, are you crazy? And I suppose you can actually say it now I'm thinking about it, you know, not every monster has initially seemed bad. I mean, sure, a lot of them would be like, take over by any means necessary, but I mean, Vaccine Man, for example, at the very beginning, he was like, I am Mother Earth's apostle, like, you know, global warming has come to this stage, but he wasn't trying to make peace with them. He was like, you're a virus, I want to get you. Same with, I suppose the Subterraneans, not obviously the real Subterraneans, they were just like, we're here to take over, but they weren't really there. Well, I suppose we don't know, because Saitama finished them off super quick, and they probably would have tried to hurt people, and I suppose Seeking to an extent as well. But no, he was more like, this is a takeover because I'm the king of the sea, we're the number one, I can't be stopped kind of thing. But then we have, and I think this is why it's interesting, because Garo's interpretation of a monster is different. He thinks of them as these people who have gone through these, like, people who have kind of forced to become evil, but have good things. So, yes, Garo isn't a bad guy, I guess. Well, like, it's probably, Garo's got some idea in his head of how he's going to be, like, basically of what a monster is. And it's probably affected him, so he doesn't want to just become a monster for the sake of becoming a monster. He's probably got some other goal in his mind to go, hey, I want to be this monster. I want to be this kind of person. And of course, like, the monster, as he makes clear, like, he gets annoyed when the hero just quite easily defeats him. And so, of course, as we know, at some point in the future, we don't know when, but obviously because they've been building it up for so long, Garo is going to have to fight Saitama. It's going to happen. And the thing is, we know Saitama's going to win. We do. But there's got to be some kind of... But it's going to be interesting here, Saitama and Garo's, like, interactions and conversations that they have during the fight, because they'll have some, and obviously Saitama's very laid back and chill, but as a hero, this is what he lives for. As we saw back when he fought Suiryu, Suiryu started to insult heroes, and Saitama started to get a bit annoyed with him. He's like, you know, don't underestimate heroes. And obviously, when people have insulted heroes in the past, that's where Saitama stepped up and gone, hang on. So it's going to be interesting to see how they interact, as Saitama is that stereotypical hero of like, oh, come and save the day, like the Power Ranger. Just, you know, the monster arrives, the hero shows up, the hero beats the monster. That's how it goes. So that'll be a really interesting dynamic, I think, to happen, unless we go classic One Punch Man and Saitama's just like, whatever, I'm just a hero, which he could do. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that, but there could be some really interesting talks between the two of them. Anyway, we cut back to that panel of Garo. The panels were just great in this chapter. Seriously, they were amazing. That, like, when Garo was staring down, the two were in the background. I think it was I can't remember the names. I know one of them was Smile Man, and the other, I can't remember the gun. I think it was Gun Gun. I think that was actually his actual name. They're in the background, and then, you know, he goes to move, and you see he's getting ready. Just that panel where he goes, he breathes out, but like it's white and everything around him is black. It's kind of like he's in the zone now. He's got his own zone. He goes and he trips. He actually stumbles. And Chain and Toad doesn't miss the opportunity, snags him by the ankle so he can't move anywhere. At that moment, Small Man, when he throws the ball, like, Garo's starting to get dragged as the ball is coming towards him, and then he just goes, poof, with his foot and starts spinning, and I'm fairly sure, well, like, it's gotta be right, just because whenever we see the water flowing Rock Smash Fist, I think that's the name. It's something along those lines. I looked it up before. Streaming Water Rock Crushing Fist. I think that's it. You know, obviously the lines follow like the movement, so you know the hand will go like that. So I imagine that's what he's doing, and that's always his last resort, because sure, it's his most powerful like martial arts he can use. It's his most powerful fighting techniques he can use, but he hates using them. And when he went and he stopped the ball and he sent it flying to Chain and Toad. Chain and Toad, who has been shown to be pretty competent as a warrior, is like, this guy's good. And he immediately gets knocked out. In that moment, when Small Man tries to react and like take the ball back, when he grabs the blade and slices it, I was like, oh my god, that's incredible. Oh, it was just so good. And then, so obviously he's got a blade now, and he doesn't use the blade to fight, to be fair, he only uses it for that. Gun Gun, unless you know his actual name, Matt, put it, like, he starts shooting, he's like, this bastard, he's got a gun, he's got a weapon, and he's like, oh, so it's how, like, you know, how disrespectful, you guys are using weapons, but when I get one, it's a problem. And then, once again, like, boom, sends the ball flying to him, knocks him out in a hit. Oh, he was amazing, like, I was speechless for a good portion of this chapter. Like, just Murata's art elevated it to a higher level. The ball carried on flying. Pal Bison, no, I think it's Pal Bison. I've got it. Break! Pff, Goro's there in the instant he's there. And and the thing is, he picks him up and starts using him as defense for Arrow Rain. Oh my dear. Goro. What a monster of a fighter. And they keep commenting throughout the whole chat, like, they keep commenting throughout the chapter, like, we have to cut, they eventually decide we have to kill him, but they keep saying, like, he's good. Something about him isn't human. And eventually it's Death Gatlin and goes, like, I can't see you as a human anymore. You are Garo the monster. It was so good. It really was. I'm trying to remember what happened. Because I know Glasses starts throwing rocks at him, and then he goes, thanks, I was waiting for that, boom, 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 catches all the rocks. Oh, what did he do? Because I'm trying to remember how he beats Bile Pipe. That's not his name. I need to look up name. Matt, you know, guys, I will put names below. I know what's going, it's just a lot going through my head at once. It was just, it was incredible, right? Guys, I don't do, like if you thought this chapter was incredible. What was that accent? Seriously though, actually, so I have some confirmation on this, not because I'm trying to get likes. Just, I comment or like just to say how good this chapter was if you agreed with me. Because, in my opinion, it was wonderful. Genuinely, like, fantastic. There you go. On top of that, Stinger comes along, tries to take him down, Wildhorn shows up. No, Wildhorn doesn't show up. He smashes him down and takes him out. And in that instant, I went and counted the pages just now. And sure, in a lot of series, it might not seem like a lot, but 12 pages, he took down half the strike team that went to take down Garo. And, you know, he has this grin on his face. He's like, just halfway there. And he's still confident that he can do this. And, oh my, this whole time, like, and of course Def Gatling hasn't been able to get involved, because if he starts using this Gatling gun, he's going to mow down heroes as well. There's no doubt about it. And he's smart with how he does it. And eventually it's Smile Man who does go, we have to kill him. If we're going to survive this, we're going to have to kill him. And then Def Gatling goes, I agree. But the thing is, like, Garo, yeah, sure, he knows how to fight, but he knows he can think in a fight as well, because he knows that Sting isn't the brightest. So he goes like, Sting, come at me, bring it on with everything you've got. And then Sting is like this, like, Sting, what was it? Yeah, Stinger. He's like, because Sting gets, what's the word? Enticed, or, you know, he falls for his trick. He goes for it, he starts lunging, he's like, everyone stay back. And of course Def Gatling once again is like, I can't fight, it'll get in the way. And then, like, they have that panel where those two are running at each other, but you also see, like, their whole bodies. Great panel. Once again, like, this is like almost everything I love about One Punch Man. Like, I love the comedy, and I love when it gets serious. Those moments where it gets serious is great. But the action has always been fantastic. Like, sure, like, it's rare we actually get a main fight with Saitama. Whenever we do get one, obviously we had Saitama versus Boros a few years ago, Saitama versus Suiryu at the beginning of this year, and then, of course, any other, like, almost every fight is great. This is, oh my, it was really, I can't get out easily how much I genuinely love this chapter, because then out of anywhere, like, he drives into the ground, grabs the tree roots. That's unpredictable. I would have got that. I mean, sure, I will give it to this. Like, there's no sign that he would have been like, oh, okay, I know the tree roots are here. Like, there's no kind of sign that he was looking for that. So that was a bit of a, okay, that was a bit, But I let it go because of how amazing everything else was, and because it's just like, I don't care. It's One Punch Man. And then he goes, and then out of that distraction, boom! Out goes Smile Man. He knocks him down. Oh my... So once he takes out Smile Man, Def Gatling's like, right, I've had enough of this. Starts firing down, trees getting mowed down left and right. Once again, love the power when Goro's running away. Starts heading towards Glasses, and Glasses is like trying to follow him, but then, of course, he's staying right by him as like a human shield, because then Def Gatling realizes, I can't fire, otherwise I'm going to kill Glasses. So he has to stop firing, and of course Glasses realizes really quickly, I'm just a human shield, I'm useless. If I'm a support, if the formation has been broken, then there's no point in me being here. And he's like, if I'm a human shield, then I may as well, like, take you down with all I've got. Goro smashes his face in, and he's like, good, that's the attitude I want, keep it up. And that whole time, he's like, thing is, he could have quite easily beaten him. He could have, but he was just kind of toying with him because he knew Stinger would get more riled up. And he's like, I can't stand here, I've got to help. And he's like, no, I'll take you on later, just pop a squat, I'll be with you in a minute. And that got Stinger riled up, so Stinger went to strike him with the bamboo. Goro dodged it, like using masterclass, like water, like water flowing rock crushing fist, and then just like boom, 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 and then Glasses goes to fight back. He's like, ah, and then in an instant stops him. Oh. In an instant, he took down, like, everyone. Like, in a couple of minutes, he took down everyone. And then, of course, Def Gatling says what we were probably all thinking. You're not a human, you're a monster. But then he did something amazing. He did something, like... this last bit, reading it back just now, I was like... Yes! I'm sorry I'm like this, everyone. But... Then, okay, so let me just talk about this. Garo goes, and before the fight carries on, you know, he realizes standing in front of the shed where the kid is, and he's like, hang on, you've got to stop. There is a kid inside the shed. If you want to carry on fighting me, he basically says, if you want to carry on fighting me, that's fine. But there is a kid inside the shed, he'll get caught in the crossfire. And of course, Def Gatling doesn't believe him, because why would he just leave it till now? Obviously because he wanted to be depicted as a monster, was the thing. He wanted these guys to depict him as a monster, so he couldn't go, oh sure, let's fight, but let's move out of the way, because there's a kid in that shed there. He couldn't have said that, he couldn't. And then, you know, Def Gatling's like, I've got to stop you. I'm not believing such lies. And of course, Goro's having to think, and you see this moment where he's like, because he realised the kid's watching this whole thing, and then he goes like, take a good look, because this is the time the monster wins against the heroes. And that riles up Death Gatlin. And you could tell just from like the way Goro's acting. Well, this whole next bit was of course incredible, where he's like, death shower. Like, his face basically turns to a skull, which is basically like, any normal person, they die. Like getting fired everywhere, and then Goro's just like, and he's like blocking, he's like deflecting every single bullet. Like that panel where all the bullets, and it's like a blast of energy, and Goro's just, like, you see Goro's silhouette, like you see this dark shadow and this white, and you can actually make out that's Goro. That's got like his hairstyle, and then, you know, it's, and you see those slight close-ups of the bullets going past him. Oh my god, Murata, you are the best. You really are. You are fantastic to the very core. Just a great artist. Keep it up. Seriously. Make it as good as this and better. Please, 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 please. What a great moment. But because, here's the thing, Goro wants to become a monster, but at the end of the day, he's the guy, he's a hero. He's protecting the kid from the gunfire. He's protecting the civilians, which Dev Gatlin didn't even consider, because even, like, you've got to be realistic, because if Goro, sure, you've got no reason to believe him, but there is that chance that he could be telling the truth, so you could have at least gone, I don't fully believe you. Like, you've done nothing to do this. Like, why should I believe you? That kind of thing. Like, instead of just going, no, and that's partly on Death Gatlin's fault. And he manages to stop all of them. Sure, some of the bullets hit the shed, but none of them hit the kid. And Goro's just there in the middle, ready, and his hands are fine. Well, like, obviously he's been battered and bruised, but it's not as if his hands are cut from any of this. Oh my. And he makes the, and he's just like, thanks for that. Now you've proven that gunfire is ineffective against me. And he also makes the point of like, yeah, Death Shower is probably your greatest attack, but you increase the bullets and the speed and everything like that, so you're probably out of ammo right about now, and there's nothing you can do. You wasted your chance as a hero. And he makes this great point, which I made last time on the last chapter review, where it was like, hey, heroes, you were having the right track with the teamwork idea, you really were, but it's not right. Like, you still had too much pride. If you swallowed your pride and asked a few S-class heroes to help you out, this would have been a very different story. There's no way it would have happened like this. And then you got Death Gatlin pulls out the knife and is like, no, I am the one who will take you down. I am the A-class hero Death Gatlin. We don't get enough respect. And it's true that I covered this last time. They don't fully, because I mean immediately I'm the same. I'm like, oh, if only there was an S-class hero here, because the monsters are so strong that the A-class and B-class heroes don't get enough recognition. And we see them, oh god. And then that moment where Goro takes, like, he smashes the knife at his face. And on top of that, he crushes his Gatling gun. And he's like, I don't care about that kind of thing. You're an idiot for doing this. You swallowed your pride and you lost. And then like, he destroys the gun as well completely. And he's like, you're a foolish hero. And he's right, he was. Goro, you were amazing. And then the kid comes out, and of course he's like, and then immediately Goro's attitude changes from being this like vicious monster to going back and going like, oh hey kid, how you doing? The kid can only see the monster that Goro has become. The kid wasn't even like, thank you for saving me. He was like, somebody help me! And he starts running new direction. That's what Goro wanted. And you see like that panel where he's just on his own, and like, I suppose it's what Goro finally wanted. He's recognized as a monster. You know, anyone who could have believed him has left him, which was mainly the kid. And so, he's like, and of course he's bad and he's bruised and he had a hell of a fight. He was recovering from injuries and he still managed to win. My God, Goro's a monster. But, I don't care how much of a monster he is. But the fact that, of course, Glasses, before he went unconscious, managed to call him for help. Genos has arrived and he's like, I got a distress signal. Glasses is the example of what a hero should be. He's getting to that stage because Glasses is like, we need help. We can't do this alone. We're gonna need help from someone. So he signaled for help. You know, that's swallowed his pride, asked an S-class hero. And Genos rolls up, full strength, and he's like, so you're the hero hunter. I guess this is it. And like, Goro, you were amazing. You truly were. You cannot take on Genos. You can't. Like, Genos, sure, Genos doesn't have the best winning streak, I'll tell you that. And I don't know how it's going to happen next week, because I want Genos, yeah, I don't think Genos is going to win because of his streak, because Goro has to get away to heal, become a bigger threat in the future, because eventually Goro's got to fight Saitama. Unless he doesn't get away, of course, but I can't see him beating Genos. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry, guys. If you sat through this, thank you. Seriously, this was just me going, like, just gushing over One Punch Man. Yeah, seriously, thank you for watching this. If you liked my opinions, give it a like. Or you thought the chapter was fantastic, please give it a like. If you want to talk about One Punch Man, like, if you loved this chapter even more than I did, or you thought it was like, or you just thought it was a horrible chapter, let me know. I'm always up for talking, whether if it's good or bad. And subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, because One Punch Man gets to me. Thank you all for watching, seriously, and I hope you guys have a good day. Cool. See you later, guys.